Hey everyone, Toshi here. So I was playing Honkai Star Rail today. I did some pulls on the banner. I'm not even at pity, but I lost my 50-50 on the Seele ban. I could not have been more disappointed because I wanted to pull Seele. So I could do a kind of like showcase with an aggro team, but I can't do that because I got Himiko. Now, I don't know what Himiko honestly does. I have not even looked at her kit. I do know that she does a lot of AoE damage, right? We saw her in the trial in the beginning of the game. Well, actually, I don't even know why I mentioned that because most of you haven't been able to play the game through the beta. So her skill, she deals fire damage equal to 110% of her attack to a single enemy, and fire damage 44% of her attack to adjacent enemies. So that means she hits the primary target with her skill, and then the targets around it she hits for less damage. Her single target attack is just a 50% of her attack to a single enemy, nothing too special. And then her ult is an AoE to all enemies, 140% attack. That's pretty huge of a multiplier. And as she regenerates 10 energy for each enemy defeated. So you actually do want to put a lot of effort into making sure that she one-shots with her ult. So I just put this on here, and I think this is probably going to be her best light code. So it is a 3-star light code and increases the wearer's damage by 48% at max levels. The cool thing about this game is like Genshin Impact in the beginning where you got like 3-star swords, like Harbinger of Dawn, you can max it out to R5, and then you have a pretty nice early game weapon. This is kind of the same thing. It has a lot of value with refinements, so I went ahead and maxed it out, and I finally have a character to use it. Oh, and she is a fire DPS, but I mean, let's be honest, you could probably have guessed that by now. So think of having a comp like this. I think she'd be really good with a damage attack booster, so Ting Yun or Bronya, and then you probably put away another AoE damage dealer like Herta, for instance, to have some more coverage. So Herta would be like ice typing, Himiko's fire. And I think for the last slot, you could probably flex and put any other character. I think maybe Serval will be a good choice, but ideally, I guess you want a character like Asta to boost up the attack speed of the, not attack speed, the actual speed of the whole team, so you can actually move faster. So I think this might be a decent team. There's no healer here, but I think we're fine, right? You just kill before you be killed, right? So I just unlocked the Forgotten Hall game mode, which is kind of the in-game game mode in this. I don't know why I said it, game 3 times, but it's the in-game game mode in this game. And I said it 4 times. Think of it as Spyro Abyss from Genshin Impact. It's the same thing. Okay, let's try. What is Himiko's technique? So, oh, can I look? Oh, I don't think I can look. So we're just gonna press her E skill. She impairs the enemy. Fire vulnerability. Oh, wait, does she decrease the resistance? That's actually pretty massive. It's like a Kazuha swirl, right? With Viridescent, if you think about it. Okay, we're gonna give Himiko the attack boost here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. We're gonna do this early here, and then we should go with Herta on them. And Himiko. Okay, well they died. So we didn't get to use Herta at the same time, but if we would have had Herta and Himiko both attack AoE, which would have wiped them all out. It's kind of crazy. I think this could be a really good team. We're gonna give Himiko this damage buff here. I want to see her ult do a lot of damage. Oh, don't do that. Okay, let's do this. Wait, we should be able to get her ult as well. Let's do this here. Oh my, that was a non-crit. That did 1200 damage. That is my highest damage number hit yet. Oh my. That was a non-crit too. Holy moly. That was insane. I mean, that's quite a bit of damage. Okay, we're gonna get our ult again. Now, this time we should one-shot. We should one-shot after this here. If we can probably break the shield and kill at the same time. Alright, we have attack buff. Let's see how much damage we do. Well, we don't break the shield. We should do quite a bit of damage here. Hopefully we can crit. We don't crit. I want to see a crit. Let's get us Asta, or else we're gonna die. Not bad. So she has like a follow-up attack. I don't know if that's Herta has a follow-up attack after getting the enemy down to 50% HP. Then Herta comes in, spins her, does her crew thingy, and she spins the win, right? But Himiko also spins the win. So how do you proc it? It was the technique, right? No, the talent. So whenever a weakness is broken, Himiko gains stack of charge, max 3 stacks. If Himiko is fully charged, so you have to charge her up with the stacks, and then after you attack with an ally, then she'll consume all the stacks, and then does like the AoE damage. Okay, I think she's pretty solid. You want to use her ideally in a. Oh my goodness, what is this? You ideally want to use her in a bunch of like AoE settings, right? You use her for like farming. So like the kind of daily farming for, they call it, it's the same thing in Genshin, right? Where you have the, I cannot think of the word, the ley lines. The ley line farming, I think, should be really solid with Herta, and they both do a lot of AoE damage. You have nice coverage because one is ice and the other is fire. I thought about putting her in a team with Clara, but I don't think it works because Clara is a much slower character. And Clara, you kind of build around her and not around like the other way around, right? Because like if you have a team with Himiko, you build around Himiko and Herta, for instance. If you have a team with Clara, you build around Clara. So like Clara does counterattacks. It wouldn't make sense to give Clara or put her in the same team with Himiko when they kind of both do the opposite things, right? Despite they do have AoE damage coverage, both of them, but it's just not the same. Maybe you could put them in the same team though. You know what? Screw it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, so they should attack Clara after using the E-skill. Okay, let's do this. Not bad. Oh no! We're gonna beat up best girl. Makes me sad. To be fair, she didn't come home, so she deserves to die. Okay, let's do this here. Oh my, that's a lot of damage. So every time we kill an enemy, she gains a stack. No. Okay. Not bad. I mean, ideally, I think you want to put her with an attack buffer, like for instance Bronya, and you want her to do a lot of AoE damage alongside like Herta. And that's how you get the most value out of the character. Because ideally, if you have over Herta, Herta is going to be spinning every time you get the enemy low enough. So when you get the enemy below 50% HP, then Herta is going to come and do her spinning attack, and she will keep spinning depending on the amount of enemies that are less than 50%. And when you're fighting a bunch of, like, you get the most value out of Herta and Himiko if the more enemies you're fighting, right? You guys are probably like, what are you talking about? To be fair, I don't expect any of you to know this because you haven't been able to play the beta, right? Okay, now I get Seele. I don't get Seele. Okay, that's kind of all I want to do in this video. I am slightly disappointed I got Himiko, because ideally I wanted Bronya if I wasn't going to get Seele, but I wanted Seele more than anything else. But I think having Himiko is nice. She has a really nice kind of playstyle alongside Herta. She's a nice AoE damage dealing cleaver. I think that's really nice. Seele is a single target cleaver, so they're kind of the opposites of each other. But I think Himiko is nonetheless a really solid character that I think a lot of you would enjoy. But anyways, that's going to be the video. I thought it'd be cool to kind of showcase a little bit and play around. We'll probably do like a follow-up video in the near future going over the character, but I also want to have her in a playstyle video that I was, working on as we speak. But that's it. Thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your night. Peace.